Shalom, is Levi Shore. Welcome back to Sweet Good Torah. We got, as always, Rabbi Mordecai Darwish of the Gates of Mordecai. We got another explosive show for everyone today. And you want to say the good stuff? What's the good stuff? What should they do?
Remember to hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video with everyone out there.
Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and let's hear from you guys. Let's hear all the amazing comments you guys have been sending our way. All right, we got something really interesting. I'm going to bring this right up on the screen. I don't know if you'll be able to read it. You may need to help me with the modern Hebrew. All right, this is from Twitter. You know, we don't usually start off on Twitter, but it's so crazy. This is Benjamin Netanyahu. This is his Twitter feed. And here, wait, let me scroll down a little bit for a second here. We don't see this every day, but the prime minister's got on a pair of tefillin. This is crazy
Oh,
stuff. So let's
oh,
see what's going on here. So it looks like he quotes a pasuk. He says, "Vira'u kol
call
amei
it.
haaretz." That's interesting. You'll see
Yeah,
all they'll
you can
see all
never
the
tell.
people of the land. I guess we're going to see the amei haaretz putting on tefillin. So
No, no, no.
okay, so we'll see. So we're going to see all the people of the land. Ki Shem Hashem Nikra Alecha, because the name of Hashem is called upon you, the Yaru mi Mecca, and they'll see that we're from you. The world's
Yeah,
going to
so,
see that the world will see that we're Hashem's people. When we wear tefillin, the world's going to see that we are Hashem's people. Now, this is going to be a little hard for me, maybe. This is the modern Hebrew, which I'm not so good at. Romcha or Rachma, can you see it or can you not?
yeah, hard to see a little bit, but okay. Ruchama,
Rochama?
Imashel, Moshiko, the mom of Moshiko.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Yom Hashem Yakum Damo. Hashem should avenge his blood.
Okay.
Shenafal ben Tuketan, that he fell in Tuketan, I don't know, the big rock. They
Aton,
had
like
an
some,
operation. They had the strong rock.
so
It was
probably an
a
operational name. Operational name.
operational name. Yeah,
Yeah.
Via Li et tefillin shelo. She brought him his tefillin. So I guess Netanyahu was wearing this guy's tefillin, this kid's tefillin who
There-
died
There's
right
it's
now.
to
That
honor a
operation.
soldier, right? It's an honor a soldier that
Yeah,
died. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Something protective edge. I think it's this what it was, or something called
Ah,
protective.
okay. Strong,
Yeah.
strong. So yeah.
התפילין שהיו שהיו איתו כל הזמן בתוך הקרבות. So the children were with him all the time that he went out to fight. הם הפריט היחיד ששרד את התופת שנפל מושיקו. So they're the only thing that survived basically, his death.
Mm.
You know, ריח אבק השרפה, the dust of the smell of the dust of the fire, עדיין נותר על כיסוי התפילין, is still on the protective covering of the tefillin. You can still smell the dust of the fire
Mm. Wow.
that it survived. הבטחתי לרוחמה שהניח את התפילין. I promised Ruchama that I will put on the tefillin, לעילוי נשמתו, to have his soul elevated in the afterworld. של מושיקו, לעילוי נשמת כל נופלינו. And I'll do it for anyone who fell
Mm.
in our wars. כך אני עושה היום בחרדת קודש. I'm doing this is what I'm doing today with a lot of trembling holiness. יהי זכר חלליהם ברוך. So it will, may their memory be blessed of all the people who fell in the wars. ברוך ונצור בליבנו לעד. And we'll keep them in our hearts forever.
Mm. So I mean, yeah, it's beautiful he's doing that. I mean,
Very,
it's
very sentimental. Very
yeah.
sentimental.
I mean, it's nice. I guess Ruchama is the soldier's mother, the soldier
No,
that
oh
passed
yeah,
away.
right, right, right. Moshiko
Um,
is a soldier and Ruchama is his mother.
all right, so it's unusual. We don't usually see the secular Israeli politicians with the tefillin on, so it's definitely an interesting image. Um,
Right.
here's what I'm going to say. There's a lot to talk about. Here's my big takeaway. Like all the craziness that's going on. The way I see it is Hashem has turned on the alarm clock. Hashem saying Mashiach's coming.
Oh,
Hashem's turned on the alarm clock. Now the world keeps hitting the snooze button, so the alarm keeps going off. So it's like, I mean, the alarm started in a big way. I mean, the biggest alarm that woke up the Jewish people was the Holocaust. I mean, the terrifying destruction of the Nazis, Yamach Shemam, and the Holocaust. That, I mean, that was the alarm. And then we started to fall asleep again. And unfortunately, we had this horrible attack on October the 7th, and the alarm went off again in a big way. And yeah, everyone wants to keep hitting the snooze button, but Hashem, he sends the Palestinians to close down the college campuses. I mean, they're walking out of like Jerry Seinfeld's like commencement speech at Duke University. They're not stopping. The alarm's not stopping. We got to wake up to get Mashiach. I don't know. You want to start from there, or what do you got?
I mean, I guess. Which point? Which point exactly? The politicians? You think they're throwing up their hands and saying, "Hey, well, let's turn to God"? What was this? What do you think this plea was? I mean, like, he took a fallen soldier's film that he promised the guy's mom that he'll put on his head. Like, okay, and he took a photo of it. But he's doing this every day. Is he doing this because he thinks God will save them? Like what is this supposed to be? What are we supposed to read into it? You know what I mean? Like, we're in trouble. We need help. What is this? Like I don't know. Is this like a symbol? Like give some kind of legitimacy to being in Israel? Like what is this all about?
Well, okay. So, I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, Netanyahu. I mean, it's a nice gesture. I mean, it's nice to honor the fallen soldier. I mean, do I think like Netanyahu's the newest Baal Teshuva? I'm not sure if he's the newest.
Wait,
I'm not.
wait till he grows a beard and puts on a kippah full
Yeah, I'm
time. You
not.
know what
I'm not sure
I
if
mean?
I'm not sure if he's the newest Baal Teshuva yet. I do think it's been 220 days, and I mean, it's devastating to think about. It's devastating to think about these young Israeli women, and they were just violated. And the world saw images.
No,
Oh,
but I'm seeing all over the place. The world saw images. Now everybody's denying it.
yeah,
People are denying like anything
yeah,
ever happened. People are
yeah.
sick. They're just insane. Like and to me, like I don't know. I saw the UN general meeting that one of the members over there is asking for how do you there's no conclusive proof that it happened and all that stuff. And I thought to myself two questions. One, if there was, what are you going to do about it? If you did have a conclusive proof, what are you going to do? And two, okay, why would somebody make this up? Make up anything. Why is this? So if they could answer, turn to flip it on them. If they can answer those two questions, what are you going to do if it really was true? Are you going to get off your high horse and actually do something other than condemn, right? Which means is like mom and daddy going, no, 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 don't do that again, right? Or are you going to actually like take some kind of action? And two, why would they make up raping, torturing, putting babies in ovens, microwaving, cutting off parts? Why not just say they just killed them? They just went in and just machetes them, or like bulleted them up, or just burned them alive. Why make up these gruesome stories? Like, does the gruesomeness allow for any other thing? And if they did, if it was a revenge thing, why would they be doing things so surgically? Why would they be going in, trying to pinpoint, oh no, the civilians get out. We want to kill only the Hamas. We just want to take them out. And when they take them out, right, we saw them locking them up and dragging them away. They didn't chill and torture them. So it's not a revenge factor here, right? Because if it was a revenge factor, you do to them what they did to you, right? So what is the world trying to say? Oh, we want proof. Oh, Israel's lying. Oh, like it's the dumbest thing in the world, and it's like arguing with kindergarteners, who just want to argue their side. There's no nuance. There's no logic with them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I mean, what I've seen is right, we saw this horrible like massacre, killing, like the rape, and right, and the world didn't
And
care.
they GoPro'd it. They
Right,
GoPro'd it.
they go,
They
they
were
go,
they were
they
celebrating
video,
it.
they
They were
videotaped it.
celebrating it. And these
Yeah,
idiots
no,
on the left, these
yeah.
idiots, stupid woke, like useful idiots, okay, are coming to the defense and making up. They're the ones making up stories that everything is made up, right?
No, no.
Hamas and all the Arabs are jumping in the streets, handing out candy and GoProing it and sending it to their loved ones all over the Middle East.
Yeah.
And these useful woke idiots from wherever they are, London and South Africa and America, are saying no, it wasn't really them. No, Israel's making it all up. Like, are you stupid? Are you like, no one says that to them? Are you morons? Like, to their face, just dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When a stupid kid in class said something, you called them stupid, right? Before this woke nonsense, it took a foothold, and you called them stupid, and the kid just like thought about it for a moment, was like, oh yeah, maybe that was stupid. Maybe I'll keep my mouth shut next time. You know what I mean? And nobody does that anymore. Nobody, like you answer them according to their stupidness. It's unbelievable. Like you twist yourself in a pretzel to say no, it really was, and we have proof. And like why do you answer someone who's stupid with in a logical way?
Yeah, no, I mean, we saw, right, there was no outcry from the world to rescue, these women. There's no outcry to rescue the little Bebas family. We saw, all the citizens, the so-called
Oh, oh,
innocent.
oh
Wait, let
yeah,
me
that's
wait, let me
another
wait,
thing.
wait, let me finish. Let me finish. We saw the so-called innocent Palestinians celebrating raped and mutilated women being brought back as prizes and as negotiating, tokens. And we saw no army of the world send in their military to help. And but I think most distressing, after 220 days, we didn't see the Israeli army, who has complete military superiority, storm right in, rescue all the hostages, destroy Hamas. But we've seen them time and time again bending to the will of Biden, like the weakest leader that America's ever seen, the most corrupt, weak, evil leader, just bending to Biden's will because Biden can't get a couple Muslims to vote for him in Dearborn. The crazies going nuts on the college campuses. And I think the only lesson, the big lesson, is the IDF is not going to save us. The Israeli politicians are not going to save us. The Democrats are not going to save us. The Republicans are not going to save us. We are going into a situation where it's going to be like the Red Sea. It's only going to be a show. There's no turning back. There's only going forward. And who else is coming to save us?
Yeah, that's what the mission says. That's what the Torah says. We have to
Yeah.
rely on God. When we rely on God, He saves us. When we rely on everything else, He puts us in their hands. So that's the way the world is turning, and whoever wants to see it will merit. Whoever not is going to go crazy. The Torah says like you'll go crazy from what you see. During the day, you'll wish it was night, and at night, you'll wish it was day again. Right? You'll lose your mind basically of what you're going to see, the craziness that's going to take hold in the world. And then that's what and instead of like us, proclaiming, hey, this is crazy, this is lunacy, we start like falling down this trap of like answering, and it says it's in Proverbs, like don't answer an idiot, like answer him according to his idiocy. Like, you know what I mean? He's stupid. You know what I mean? Try to rebuke him, and he'll laugh at you, right? You don't try to rebuke someone who's a scoffer, right?
Yeah.
Someone who's a scoffer, you just to ignore him, or like do something else with them. And we, like Western media tries to like bend itself in a pretzel to try to like justify what Israel's doing. Listen, let's throw all these rules out the window. Okay, let's everybody's trying to be holier than thou and saying, oh, this is a measured response, this isn't a measured response. Listen, you come and smack me, I'm gonna bury you in the ground. Like don't come and smack me. Like, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Come and smack you back and like have a game of slap each other? What is going on, right? See, the problem is that Hamas and the Arabs are playing for keeps, and Israel is playing. Oh, we just leave us alone. We just want to be left alone. We just want to sit in Tel Aviv and just chill, right? And then like one side is playing for war, and the other side is like, no, dude, please leave us alone. We don't want to hurt you, you know,
Yeah.
to the point where they actually did brain surgery on this Sinwar idiot. And even if they take him down, another guy rise up. It doesn't matter. Every time there's a new general, they knock down somebody in Iran and they appoint somebody else. It's like it doesn't matter who they take down, you know. But Israel actually like made it possible for him to rise to power by their quote unquote mercy, right? As we know from the Torah, if you're merciful to the cruel, in the end you'll be cruel to the merciful. And so because they were merciful to this cruel person, he turned out to be cruel back to us. And Israel got it on his head. This is what
Yeah.
happens when we trust secular people to do God's work.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think from a political perspective, from a military perspective, none of it makes sense because it's not following any logical pattern. So that's why I really think the only way to see clarity on this is like I like my mushal, the alarm clock, that it's the Mashiach alarm clock. And I think in terms of the Jewish people waking up, I mean, I see it. We don't have to believe that it's anything more than a political stunt, but you gotta find this interesting. When did a secular Israeli politician feel like they had to put on tefillin to appease the public? That right there is showing you that something dramatically has changed. The politician will do whatever he thinks the public wants. So now
Very good.
the Israeli politician feels like putting on tefillin, doing a mitzvah, is what the public wants. That is very deep. Like there's something very deep happening in the Jewish people. As we just learned, this past Shabbos, Parsha Kedoshim, Hashem says, Kedoshim to you will be holy people. Why? Because Hashem says, I am holy. Ani Kodesh, Ani Hashem Elokeichem. I am
You're
Hashem.
saying it's a prophecy, not a command.
That's a promise, right? It could be a command, it could be a mitzvah, but it's also a promise. Hashem saying, you will be a holy people because I am holy. I am the source of holiness, Hashem saying, and I've given you the Torah, and the Torah teaches us how to be holy. We refrain from doing the mitzvah Lotas said, the negative commandment. We don't do it. We draw down the spiritual energy of Kedusha. We don't do the creative malacha, the creative work on Shabbos. We draw down Kedusha. We do the great mitzvah, the positive mitzvahs, the mitzvah zaseh. The famous mitzvah, Rabbi Akiva says, the klal gadol, the great rule of the whole Torah, is v'achafta l're'echa kamocha. You will love your friend as yourself. Rabbi Akiva says that's the whole Torah. That's the main focus of the whole Torah. And I think as much as it doesn't make sense what, Biden's doing or Netanyahu's doing or Benny Gantz or any of these politicians, it's Hashem's doing that mitzvah. That's that the Jewish people are we're going to get rid of the sinas chinam. We're going to rip down the walls of hatred between each other, and we're going to learn how to love each other. And then when the walls come down between the Jewish people, then the walls come down between us and Hashem. When we're Hashem, and then nothing is going to stop us. I mean, we see in the Nevuah of Gog and Magog, the three wars of Gog and Magog after Mashiach comes. No way. And then Gog and Magog has the gematria, I think, of 70. Even if all 70 nations in the future, the core 70 nations come against the Jewish people, when we're connected to Hashem, you guys don't stand a chance. So the anti-Semitism, the anti-Semites can keep, going crazy. They're bringing the Jewish people back together.
Are they anti-Semites or anti-secularites?
Well, I mean, yeah, there is a concept that Hashem's sending a message through the anti-Semites to wake us up. It's the alarm, like telling us what to do. What are they angry about? You know?
Well, you got to have, anytime you have a message, you got to have a sender and a receiver, right? So if the person's not receiving it, like not answering their mail, or they think it's junk mail, they call them, you could throw out a big check and thinking it's junk mail, and it was like a check, like a refund or something that you're supposed to cash.
But
I think
yeah,
that
no,
I think that I think that might be happening as well too.
yeah, yeah, no. But I mean, look, this is what's happening all throughout Jewish history. Like, let's say we're not taking mitzvahs seriously. Hashem sends a nation to say you can't do it anymore, and that drives us crazy. It's one thing if we have the freedom to not do it, but when other nations come in and start telling us that we can't do mitzvahs, then the Jewish neshama goes crazy. Then the Jewish soul says, "Oh, you're going to tell me not to do this mitzvah? You're talking to a hard, the oref kasha, the stiff-necked people. No way, you tell me not to do the mitzvah, we're doing the mitzvah. Forget it. We'll fight a war to do the mitzvahs now. Like, you're pushing us."
Maybe that's what we should tell. We should tell those Israeli politicians, right? Yeah, you guys can't do it. You can't. I don't think you could handle
Yeah.
it. Challenge them.
But yeah, no, I mean it's like there's a big war. I mean, Iran has a big game with all their proxies, and they're trying to attack Jews, in a sense, all over the world. They're agitating everywhere over the world. And the main thing they're pushing at really is they're pushing at Eretz Yisrael doesn't belong to the Jewish people. And they keep pushing at us and pushing at us. And the Jewish neshama is going to wake up and the soul's going to say, wait a second. Hashem promised us. He promised Abraham. He promised Abraham. He promised
Yeah.
Yitzhak. He promised Isaac. He promised Yaakov. He promised Jacob that the land will be the Jewish people. And you say the land. You say we stole land? No, we were promised by Hashem that the land is ours, and they're pushing it.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
promised we'll see bought it, right? Many times in the Torah, Avram
yeah,
brought Hebron,
yeah.
David HaMelech brought the Temple Mount. We also bought it, and it was promised to us. Like it's all over the place that it's ours. But here's the thing: it's like it's very interesting. It's like why do people in Michigan care what's going on over there, or in California, or in South Africa, or in London, or in France, or anywhere? Like, what do you care what's going on over there? You know what I mean? You don't care if it's like, you want to be, you're saying you're being moral. Well, what about all the atrocities happening all over the world? 500,000 Africans, East Africans getting killed, and the Uyghurs getting destroyed, them being Muslim as well, being destroyed in China. No one's batting an eye. No one's saying anything. There's no protests in the streets. But only when it comes to Israel, everybody's like all up in arms and oh my gosh, and what's going on, right? And it's very interesting. It's like who's the message to? And why do you guys care? So I think it's the message is to the Jewish people, like wherever you're scattered all over the four corners of the earth, right? You should know that, hey, like you said, Hashem's waking you up. God's waking you up to come back home or to, at least identify more with your Jewish roots. And secondly, it's just to show the hypocrisy of the world. You guys aren't really the moral ones, the real ethical ones, the real saints of the world that you claim to be. Because if you did, you'd care about all humans, right? And not just, what one group you think is doing to the other person, which you're lying about anyway.
No, and right. That's the other thing that's going on. Like the Jewish people are supposed to be the moral center of the whole world. Like all the morality of Tov and Ra, of good and evil, what's good, what's evil, it all comes from the Torah. It's all Hashem's definition because Hashem's created it all. And when we drop the ball, when we're not telling the world, we're not teaching the world the Torah, then the world is unstable. The world's starting to crumble because it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the center of stability of the nation of Torah, right? We're not, in some ways, we're not fully doing our job. A lot of us are lost and assimilated and wandering around.
Well, right. That's well, my contention is like a lot of people don't have a rabbi. They don't have someone who teaches them the ways of spirituality, from A to Z. They have, a teacher here, a teacher there, someone they ask questions to, some books over here, everything scattered. There's not like one central figure that's guiding their life towards God. And everybody needs that. Everybody needs like a coach, wherever it is you're doing your business, you're in sports, or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Is you need someone that's the master to follow, right? The master has to show the student how to, to elevate and to get to reach that higher level. And I don't think people have that nowadays. And I
Yeah.
think that's what probably Mashiach will do whenever he shows up and is done doing everything that needs to be done. He'll institute, I guess, that system of growth.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think people deep down they really crave like the wise, teacher. I mean, like we've seen it. We've only seen it in movies. Like, we see like the
Right?
Yoda.
Yeah.
No, we see
Mr.
the Yoda,
Miyagi,
we see
Yoda.
Mr. Miyagi, so and I
Yeah.
think deep down everyone wants that. They want a Yoda, they want a Mr. Miyagi, they want, someone that's going to teach them, how to live life, what to do, how to have a good relationship, how to find your wife, how to have a good relationship with people want the answers, but we just have all these corrupt, foolish, secular leaders all over the world, and they're fools, right? And I think it's creating a craving for Mashiach, a craving for a philosopher king, like a wise king that runs, is honest, not corrupt, not in it for his own, profit, but in it for the good of everyone else, in it to raise up. And I think there's, so we're in like that period, the darkness before the dawn. Like a lot of people not connected to the Torah world, they don't realize that there's almost no Gedolim left. Like that we've lost so many great Torahs. There's almost no one left. It's almost complete darkness of how many Torah
Oh, yeah, that's
giants we've
right.
lost. Like,
Yeah, we got a
it's,
lot of books, but not a lot of leaders out there, quote unquote. Listen, every community's got their ones, but I don't know how much there's there's I don't know how to explain it, but like the the Mr. Miyagi types,
yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
someone who's
no,
going to
yeah.
take you
Yeah.
actually from A to Z
Yeah.
to make you grow, right? Or
Right.
someone you'll listen to. He's an authority figure. Yes, every place has that.
Yeah.
But like someone who's really going to take you and bring you up,
Yeah.
that's lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon we'll see. I mean, we say it in the Shemona Esrei in our daily prayers. Ashiva Shofteinu V'Rishona V'Yotzenu V'Tchila. Return
Mm.
our judges as before, right, and our advisors
Yeah.
on how to come closer to you, God. As we had before in the previous days, where we could climb the depths of holiness.
Right. I mean, right. We're missing like the Jewish people we have the Torah, but we're missing three really important components, that will make us the Or LaGoyim. So we don't have the Melech, we don't have the king, right? We don't have the base of Mikdash, so we don't have the Kohen Gadol, we don't have the Kohanim doing the avoda to serve Hashem in the temple. We don't have the temple, so we don't have the Shekhinah. That's the fourth component, the Shekhinah of Hashem living in our midst, and we don't have the Sanhedrin, as you were saying. Like I think the Sanhedrin since like maybe like 395, Gamliel the sixth, right? I think it was right. Think about that. We were in 2024, and since 395, we don't have a Sanhedrin. And right, so we have the Torah, but we don't have like the great like inspiring leaders to like bring it all to life for us and inspire us to higher spiritual heights. And so it's like we have it, but it's like the vision of Yechezkel. It's like the bones. It's like the dry skeleton bones, but it has to all be brought back to life. We need the Chias
That's
Amesim
what
of the
the
Torah. Yeah,
Kabbalah says.
yeah,
That's what the
yeah,
Kabbalah says. It says the
yeah,
Mashiach's not coming because we learn the dry Torah.
yeah,
We don't learn the spirituality of the Torah.
yeah,
And it's become like the universities, right? The universities, like you go and study at a university, so you go and study at a yeshiva, right? It's become more like an intellectual pursuit. You become a really wise person, and no one. It's not like, oh wow, oh there goes that guy, he's really holy, right? We don't look up to like the holy guy. We look up to the really wise guy, right? The really, the guy who knows how to get in and out, and the like, Okearim, meaning like he uproots mountains with his logic, and he can see every angle of something, and that's really what's being raised up to the forefront, as opposed to someone who's really holy and God fearing.
yeah. No, and we haven't. I mean, we haven't seen. So it's our 10-minute warning. I mean, we haven't seen someone like the Baba Sali, in a while,
Yeah,
or like the Chofetz Chaim, like someone where like that person, it's a tzaddik, like that person is righteous person that has got rid of, there's no Yetzer Hara there, there's no evil impulse, it's just for the good of everyone. and it just filled with the chachma, the wisdom of the Torah. And right, we just don't have that towering, great figure right now. And it's like, and we're
The
just we,
holy,
yeah,
right?
a
That we,
real
that we,
holy
that we get
person. Yeah,
that we should strive to be like
yeah,
them. And what we have is these like I don't know, I call them idiots, useful idiots, all over media, because that's who gets out there and that's who
mm.
people are listening to wherever they're
Yeah,
driving, where they're going at night. And these useful idiots, are, oh, it's so immoral. Oh, my heart goes out to them. You know, our prayers are with you. Like, who are you guys? Like, you know what I mean? What made you guys so holy and so amazing that we should all follow you and bend at your knee and bend at your will? You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, when it's real, when Mashiach really comes, like people are gonna sense it, like, oh, this is the real stuff. This is the real wisdom. This is someone that's really good. Like this is not. He's not. It's not. Someone's not in it for the celebrity or the followers or the likes or the shares and subscribe. No, but someone that really wants to uplift people. Not in it for themselves. Not, I mean, we've seen it, we got tons and tons of the politicians that enrich themselves and they don't care about the people they serve. And really, in a way, we just have people that want the people to serve them, we don't have it. We don't have that great, and that's what Mashiach is. And and I think the alarm's going off, the craving is getting bigger and bigger, and someone that's going to connect us to Hashem, someone that's connected to
Right.
Hashem.
They have to be
Yeah.
connected. Who
Yeah.
connects?
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're not plugged into the source, then where are you plugging us into?
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah. Why the Chet Egel? Why the golden calf? I mean, because they had Moshe Rabbeinu. They had the holiest, greatest prophet there ever was, someone that was so close to Hashem, they spoke to him face to face. And through Moshe, like they were very close to Hashem. Moshe brought not only the Torah down, but brought the Shekinah into the Jewish people. And that's what we're missing. And we don't, right, we're missing that. We're missing someone close to Hashem. So then we can be as a people, we can be as a nation close to Hashem. And then as a nation, when we're close to Hashem, then the nations of the world get it. Then they're like, oh, wait, we can be close to Hashem too through this nation, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the real Messiah,
That's the
Mashiach,
guy. That's the real.
Moshiach. Right? We have a
Yeah.
lot of people in our
Yeah.
comments telling us that this guy is that guy is this and that and all
Yeah.
that. Listen, when the real guy shows up, the work will be done, and you'll
Yeah.
know. You won't have to guess. It won't be a debate. We'll all agree. All humanity will agree because we're like, hey, look, this is what happened. Just like we agree that the sun is the sun, and that's what gives us heat, right? And the moon is the moon, right? No one's just, calling the
Yeah.
moon the sun and the sun the moon, and no one's arguing about that, right? Same thing. No one's going to argue who Mashiach is because the work will be done. All
Yeah.
humanity will come back to God as they were, and
Yeah.
since we're all the sons of man, just like man at first listened to the snake and went away from God, we're all, as men, the sons of man, will return back to God again. And that's
Yeah.
really the whole goal of humanity, to come back to the
Yeah.
state before we took that bite. And it wasn't an apple, okay? Like everybody thinks it's an apple. It wasn't an apple, okay? It was a
Yeah.
fruit. What that fruit is, listen, stay tuned. We'll let you know what that fruit was. But it definitely wasn't an apple.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the Gemara does say it was either wheat or grapes or figs or an esrog. Yeah. I mean, it's the misunderstanding about the like what's it, the Kachel Tapukin Kedoshim, the holy apple orchard. But the Gemara says it could be esrogim, esrogs was yeah, I mean, no, but when the process really starts, right? When the process really starts, people are going to start to feel it. It's like, oh, we feel the disruption right now before the process starts. We know there's something weird happening.
Well,
But
that
when the
well, we know it's
yeah,
the birth pangs. The
yeah,
birth
the
pangs
birth
is
pangs,
before the
yeah,
check comes. Like, it
yeah.
hurts.
But when the process starts, it's gonna be obvious. It's gonna be this is different. This is something the world hasn't seen in a long time, or never seen, or maybe things that
No,
we've never seen.
it,
Yeah,
it, it has never seen, because if it saw it, then we'd be at
yeah,
the pinnacle of all of creation. We're not. We're
yeah,
moving steadily towards it. But the world has never seen anything like it.
yeah.
And even the miracles that were in Egypt that were so great, we're still talking about to this day, they will be eclipsed by what's to come, the real miracles that'll
Yeah,
happen
no,
at the
so
time of
right.
redemption.
Yeah, that's really incredible. I mean, it says that we can go over that sometime. It says in the Midrash of Yalkut Shimoni and Tanhuma, that this time it says it's not just going to be Mitzrayim, it's going to be all the nations of the world with Egypt. So it's going to be global. Like, I mean, and you just picture that for a second. So it's not just like the Nile River turning into blood. If it's exactly the same, and picture this, like all the oceans of the world turning into blood, every river, every
Well,
swimming pool. Yeah, like,
well,
yeah,
they did.
yeah.
To be fair, it wasn't just the Nile. It was every
Okay.
water all over the world did.
Oh, it
But
was. Okay, okay,
yeah, it was. The Midrash says that it was.
okay,
Everywhere, even the spit in their mouth turned to blood.
okay.
You know, there was no water source to be found anywhere.
Yeah,
But yeah, it will be something as grand as that. Something
yeah.
we've never seen.
Yeah, but it does imply in the Gemara, like it does imply that the Gula Shlema, that the final redemption is going to be something on a bigger level.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it will
It's
make
not
the
gonna be like, hey, let's hop on a plane and go to Israel. Come on, buddy. Let's
yeah,
go. I'll buy you a ticket.
it's not just okay. Hi, I'm Eliyahu Hanavi. Here's your plane ticket on El Al. Yeah, yeah. No, it's going to be something big, and we see even just like we see the wake up call, the events. Look, I mean, there was just the Northern Lights. I didn't see it because it was cloudy, but Hashem just showed the Northern Lights all the way down the East Coast until Alabama. So Shabbos night and Motzi Shabbos night, some people saw the Northern Lights. I mean, that's big time miraculous stuff. I mean,
That's
Hashem
getting
start.
on Zohar. That's getting on Zohar Mashiach time. It says the lights, the
Yeah.
stars will start moving,
Oh
and
yeah. So
all sorts of happenings will happen in the luminaries before
so
anything happens
we
down here.
we got some stuff. We got solar eclipses, Northern Lights. So okay, so we're down to our 250. You want to final comments here? Or,
I don't know. I don't get warmed up till a 2 minute warning, but
yeah, it's the good. You got to hang around till
yeah.
now. This is when it's all fire.
The final comments. Well, we started off with Netanyahu putting on this guy's tefillin that he promised to a mother, and is this like the turning point where the secular Jews start to realize, hey, there's nobody to realize to rely on except our Father in heaven, or is it just a propaganda stunt, or what's going on? Is he appealing to a base, not appealing to a base? Either way, I think you and I have seen people who have taken more onto themselves and have come closer, or at least their foundations in the people or the institutions that they trusted has begun to start wavering and shaking, and then them searching for a deeper meaning, as we've seen, all the people who funded the Ivy League schools, the millionaires and such, and then they saw their dollars going to indoctrinate and not to educate, and so people are like starting to move around, and because of these quote unquote birth pangs, and I think we'll see more of this to come as the days and weeks unfold. We don't have to go super reactionary, but just to keep our eyes and ears open and understand, like if you follow people like us, you like to subscribe and share, you'll understand like where God is guiding us, and he's moving us towards the understanding of his revelation and the pinnacle of where humanity is supposed to go.
All right, so we're gonna keep praying, we're gonna keep learning Torah, keep doing mitzvos. Bezrat Hashem, we're gonna see finally
Right. And
the rest.
that's what
Yeah,
it says.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like you said, that's what it says in Ecclesiastes. At the end of the day,
yeah.
fear God and keep his commandments, because
Fear
that's
God,
all man is. That's all
keep
you were
his
created
mitzvos.
for.
Yeah, Bezrat Hashem will see the rescue of the hostages, just the destruction of Hamas already, and Bezrat Hashem will see Mashiach and some real good stuff happening soon. All right, so
Oh man. Oh.
come back here, sweet and good Torah, gates of Mordecai, and we'll keep talking about it. Okay, we'll see you soon.
All right.